Let's share the screen. So welcome. Thank you guys very much for being here today. And why are we here today? We are here today because someone who cares about you wants you to be exposed to information that could impact your financial well-being in a long-lasting way. And imagine this. Imagine having a solution to a problem that almost everybody has, and the ability to be able to build wealth by helping people solve that problem. And what is that problem? The problem is ill health. That's that problem. You see, you do not have to be a doctor to make this observation. My name is Dr. Dieter. I'm a double board certified physician as an internist as well as a pediatrician. I hold two board certifications. I've been practicing medicine for 15 years and I still practice medicine. But you do not have to be a doctor to make the observation that chronic diseases everywhere. In the United States, the statistics currently in the United States, 70% of adults in the United States are on at least one prescription medication. And that number is projected to rise to 80% by the year 2050. And our health problem is real. Now, let me talk to you guys a little bit for you to understand our health problem. How did we get here? Why are we so sick? You see, there are two main reasons why we are so sick today. And those two reasons why we are so sick today uh, can be summarized into these two things: how our body makes energy and how our gut functions. These two things are the main reason why we are so sick today. And I want to talk just a little bit about these two entities: how our body makes energy and how our gut functions. Our body makes energy by the hormone called insulin. The hormone insulin is a very important hormone in our body. It sits pivotal, critical to our body making energy. And how does insulin do that? You see, every time you eat, I'm going to give you guys just a little snippet of this science. But every time we eat, insulin has to be called to action. Every time we eat, glucose is released into the blood. Let's see. When we eat, glucose is released into the blood as the end product of absorption, okay? And the job of insulin is to mobilize that glucose out of the blood into the cell. That's what insulin's job is, to get glucose out of the blood and get the glucose into the cell. That's Now in the cell, what happens is there is a special organelle that we have in our cell called the mitochondria. Okay. In the mitochondria, which is like the energy factory of the cell, that glucose is shunted into the mitochondria. And the glucose goes through a complex series of reactions in that little organelle and spits out an energy molecule called ATP, which is an energy molecule. It stands for adenosine triphosphate. Now, that is how insulin secures the body's energy needs. And let me make you guys understand this. Every cell in our body requires energy to function. Things do not happen in a vacuum. You have to pay for it with the currency of ATP, energy. Every cell, every tissue, every organ, every system requires energy to function. And insulin sits central at securing the body's energy needs. Now, when insulin cannot secure the body's energy needs, when there is a breakdown in this process of insulin securing the body's energy needs, We call that breakdown insulin resistance. That's just simply a fancy medical term to say that insulin can no longer secure the body's energy needs. And you know what the simplest definition of a disease is? The simplest definition of a disease is a group of cells, tissues, organs, or system that has stopped functioning well. Why did it stop functioning well? Because it lacked the energy it needed to function appropriately. So that's one of the reasons why we're sick. This breakdown in insulin doing the job that it's supposed to do, secure our body's energy. And when you have a breakdown like that, what we call insulin resistance, you begin to have disease processes like diabetes, like cancer, like PCOS, migraines, Alzheimer's, heart disease, high blood pressure. These are coming from the lack of energy. Remember, every cell, every tissue, every organ, every system requires energy to function. And when insulin is unable to secure that energy, that tissue, that organ, that cell malfunctions and disease sets in. Now, the second reason why we are so sick today is the way our gut functions. Our gut is very, very important in our health. Some people call the gut the second brain, and it holds the big keys of why we are sick today. You see, in our gut, is a special population of bacteria in our gut called the microbiome. It's about a population of about 30 to 100 trillion bacteria that live in our gut. They're supposed to help our gut perform a diverse group of functions. Like our gut houses your immune system. You may not know it, but 70% of the body's immune system resides in your gut. And your immune system is that defense line that is supposed to protect you against illness. When your gut is not healthy, instead of the immune system protecting you, the immune system turns its back on you. And so when the gut is unhealthy, when the immune system turns its back on you, you can develop autoimmune diseases. There are other things that our gut does. Our gut helps in producing special neurotransmitters that help in depression, anxiety, or keep our mood good. Our gut prevents us from having chronic inflammation. So many things. When the gut is unhealthy, you can develop diseases like anxiety, depression, lupus, autoimmune disease. Colon cancer is now hugely linked to an unhealthy gut. These are the two reasons why we are sick today: how our body makes energy and how our gut functions. These two things, what they do is they cause a global energy deficiency in the body. When you have a global energy deficiency, because every cell, tissue, organ, or system requires energy to function, in the event of a global energy deficiency, there is malfunction and those diseases go away. Now, in as much as our modern day diseases are the result of those two things, how the body makes energy, and how the gut functions, in as much as most of our modern day diseases come from that, there is now an overwhelming amount of evidence that if you could restore the way the body makes energy and you can restore the way the gut functions, these two things which cause the energy deficiency, then if you restore those two things, the energy deficiency is restored and the disease conditions that came as a result of this go away. And I like giving this analogy of a car running on the road and the car runs out of gas. When that car runs out of gas, that car is gonna stop because its energy source is gone. If you were to go to the nearest gas station and you bought gas and put back in that car starts again. Why? Because you have restored its energy. So it is with these diseases. These disease entities that we face today in modern day society, most of our modern day diseases are the result of a global energy shortage in the body because of insulin resistance and the gut. And if we could restore insulin sensitivity or restore the balance of the gut, that global energy shortage goes away, and those diseases that came as a result of them can be reversed. And so, this is a truncated explanation of why we are sick today. I want to invite you, if you're on here today for the very first time, I do an in depth presentation every Sunday, Mondays, and Thursdays where I go into depth about how this causes our modern day diseases and how this causes our modern day diseases. So if you're interested in learning more, I invite you to join us on Sunday or at the next talk coming up on Sunday. But I want to talk a little bit, about, how, a very important tool that can help us to be able to reverse this disease condition. And that very important tool to me is called the Feel Great system. What's the Feel Great system? It is a nutraceutical product. When we talk about the nutraceutical product, we're talking about a product made 100% from plants. And what it is doing, it has more than nutritional benefits, it has huge therapeutic benefits. So these two products called Unimate and Balance, two products that help to go answer the question of how the body makes energy, restore insulin resistance, and restores the balance of the gut. These two entities that cause our modern day issues, they go to reverse them. And as I say, I wouldn't go too much into how that works tonight, but join us on Sunday where I'll be diving deep into how these two products, Unimate and Balance, Unimate made from the yerba mate plant native to South America, and Balance, which is fiber, just using a science-backed approach to be able to reverse these two components. So this has become one of my favorite tools as a clinician and as a physician in helping people solve the root cause of why we are sick today. And these products are listed in the physician's desk reference. If any of you guys here are in the medical field, you will be interested to know that they are listed in the physician's desk reference. The clinical studies on it, the products are available in about 60 countries right now, patented. But what's happened is that people who are using this product to reverse the root cause of why we are sick, what is happening is that people have experienced real life transformations. There are hundreds of people who were once living with chronic conditions, diabetes, high blood pressure, sleep apnea, obesity, depression. They are now living free of these conditions. And I'm going to show you some examples of some real life stories here. The very first picture right here is a picture of me. I've been on these products for over 10 months now. That's my before and that's my after. In a 2 months period being on that, I lost 14 pounds. For the first time, I was able to go to my ideal body weight. My cholesterol dropped by 64 points during that time period. I used to suffer from insomnia. It's gone. I used to have cravings for unhealthy foods. I cannot anymore. When this helped me, you know what I did? I called up my twin sister in Cameroon. That's the second picture. She struggled with her weight and she struggled with PCOS. So I sent this to my twin sister. I said, hey, this stuff helped me. It can help you with your weight. That's how in a space of 2 months, she lost 26 kilograms, 26 pounds, I'm sorry, a little over 13 kilograms. Now, the third picture is a picture of my very dear friend, Dr. Natasha. She's a pediatrician. I went to medical school with her. She suffered from gut issues, suffered from irritable bowel syndrome, weight insulin resistance, and that is a transformation using the product. Picture number 4 is Jim. He was a diabetic. And Jim was able to reverse his diabetes. Diabetes was not his only thing. Jim had fatty liver, Jim had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. He was able to reverse all those. Ro was able to reverse her diabetes. And this is Sue. Sue was diagnosed with the last picture. She was diagnosed with early onset dementia, and her family was going to put her in a nursing home. You see on this slide here, we have Alzheimer's right here. Alzheimer's is the result of insulin resistance. You see, the brain is the most metabolically active organ in the body. Even though the brain weighs only 2 grams, the brain uses 1/4 of the body's glucose, 1/4 of the body's energy needs. 20% of glucose consumption, the brain. When insulin is not able to do its job, glucose cannot get into the cell, the brain is susceptible to suffer, very susceptible to suffer. So Sue was diagnosed with early onset dementia, and her family members were going to put her in the nursing home. Sue heard about this product, and in a space of 2 months after being on it, she got her mind back. She restored her health again, and she's thriving. And look how she has aged younger from the first picture to the other picture. Those are some real life transformations of people who've been using this. And so, what this is doing is it has created a very a powerful ripple effect. These people who are experiencing lifelong transformations are becoming lifelong consumers of the product. And not only are they becoming lifelong consumers, they're telling others. Let me ask you this, ladies and gentlemen. Can you put a price on your health? What price tag can you put on health? What price tag can you put on your life? Do you think if somebody was a diabetic and they were injecting insulin? We have Keith Newsom on here who was a diabetic who injected insulin for 25 years and they reversed their diabetes. Do you think they will give everything in the world never to go use another injection into their belly? Yes, they will. Yes, they will. You cannot put a value on your health. And so when people experience these life-changing benefits, they become lifelong consumers because their health, their life has no price tag. And they are sharing this with others. Just like I shared the information with my sister. When something good happens to you, you share with your loved ones. They're sharing with others, and it's creating that domino effect. And it's that domino effect that creates a real business opportunity. I want to tell you guys a little bit about the business. The company that manufactures this product called Unicity operates it on a digital franchise model. So what happens is the company Unicity lets you become a franchise owner by making a one-time investment of $1,549. Now you could make that one-time investment using a debit card, using a credit card. You could also use your HSA or an FSA account. And one great thing, the company offers financing through three entities: PayPal, Affirm, or Klarna. So if you're not able to make that payment using a debit card or a credit card, you could take advantage of the financing. And when you make that one-time payment of $1,549, you become a franchise owner, just like owning a franchise of Chick-fil-A. And now, after you own that franchise, it is yours for you to profit from it for the rest of your life. Now, when you make that payment, the company is going to send you 10 boxes of the product. And normally the retail price for one box of the product is $170. But when you make that one-time investment, the company sends you it at a discount price of $1,549 instead of $1,700. The company then tells you, Unicity then tells you, take one box and keep for yourself. because Unicity wants you to be a good ambassador of the product, every distributor to be a good ambassador of the product. And the only way you could be a good ambassador of the product is using it yourself. So you're counseled to take one box and keep for yourself, and take the other nine boxes and sell the other nine boxes to people who have health issues for $170. If you sell the other nine boxes for $170, you're gonna get back 1530. So you pretty much make back almost everything you invested into the business. And Unicity does this to make you whole. The company does this to make you whole. So that's at the end of the day, if you look at it, you're only investing $19 into the business at the end of the day to buy a franchise. It wouldn't cost you $19 to buy a McDonald's franchise or a Chick-fil-A franchise. So this is a great, great investment. Now, when you own the digital franchise, it's gonna come with a custom back office, it's gonna come with a custom referral link, and all others are fulfilled through the company online digitally. Now, I tell people um, who are looking as we who are looking into the possibility of becoming our partners, that when you partner with us, we have a platform to help you sell your 10 boxes, your 9 boxes to become whole. You just heard me say I do a science call every Sunday, Mondays, and Thursdays. So we encourage our partners to invite people to these science calls, to listen to the science of why we're sick and how the product helps to reverse the root cause. A lot of times, partners who invite guests to these calls are able to sell their 9 boxes in a space of about 1 week and they're whole. So that's the advantage you will have in being part of our organization, with us being able to do science calls to talk in depth about how this product helps to address the health issue. Now, once you become a franchise owner, there is there are two ways in which you could make money in this business. The very first way is what we call just a simple customer referral program. So that's me. So, or let's say that's you and you're the franchise owner and you have a customer whose name is John. John uses your custom referral link and gets the product. Now, for every customer that uses your custom link, which the company will give you to get the product, the company will pay you a $20 to $25 commission. So John uses it, you get a $25 commission. Now, let's say John uses the product and he loses weight and runs into Mary in Walmart. And Mary says, "Wow, John, you're looking good. What's going on?" And John says, "Hey, Mary, it's this product that I've been using. It helped me lose 20 pounds, and that's why I'm looking good." And Mary says, "You know what? I could use some weight loss too. Can you give me a hookup to whatever you're using?" Each of your customers are going to have what we call a customer referral link. So when John shares his customer referral link with Mary and Mary buys the product, even though you have no direct connection with Mary and you may not even know Mary, the company is going to pay you a $25 commission because Mary has bought the product through your customer, John. Now, let's say Mary is excited after using it and it causes her to, let's say, reverse her high blood pressure or bring her cholesterol down or help her lose 20 pounds. And Mary tells Ben and tells Pam. Mary is also going to have now her own customer referral link. When Mary tells Pam and Ben, what's going to happen is the company Unicity is going to pay you a $25 commission for Ben and a $25 commission for Pam. So you can make an unlimited amount of commissions from referrals from your customers. Now, customers are incentivized, are given an incentive to make a referral. Every time that a customer makes a referral, and passes out his customer code to another person, and that person uses their custom link to buy the product, the company will credit the customer $10. So when John refers Mary and Mary buys the product, the monthly subscription for the product is $159. So the next month, when John is going to go buy the product, he would have had a $10 credit that will come here. So let's look at Mary. Mary tells Ben and Mary tells Pam. Mary is going to get a $10 credit for telling Ben and a $10 credit for telling Pam. The next month that Mary wants to buy the product is going to be $139. So that's how you make commissions through your customers, and the customers are incentivized. So you could have an unlimited amount of customers, 100 customers, 1,000 customers, or what have you. Now, the other way in which you make money is through a multi-level marketing business structure. And I'll explain it like this. So let's say this is you and you're the franchise owner, and under this multi-level marketing structure is creating multiple franchises of yourself. Okay, creating multiple franchises of yourself. The big companies like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, and what have you, they realized that if they were going to become billion-dollar companies, they needed to have franchises all over the United States. And so it's the same here, creating little franchises of yourself. So let's say you're able to come to John and say, hey, John, this business is worth looking into. Make that same 1549 investment, John, and get into this business because it's worth it. And you're able to convince John and sign John as a franchise owner. John is what I call your first generation partner. Let's say John is able to have the same effect on Mary, and John can convince Mary to become part of the business. And Mary becomes a business owner under John, a franchise owner under John. Mary is what I call your second generation partner. If Mary is now able to convince Pam and says, Pam, you need to invest in this. This thing is going places. And Pam makes that 1549 investment and becomes a distributor or partner. Pam is what I call your third generation partner. Now, for your first, second, and third generation partners, the company is going to pay you a $5 to $10 commission for all of their customers in their organization. For your fourth, fifth, and sixth generation partners, the company will pay you a $5 commission for all of their customers. For your seventh to ninth generation partners, a $3 commission. And you could make commissions right down to the 12th generation, ends at the 12th generation. So you could build wealth at multiple levels from the first to the 12th generation. Now I'll say this. This is a massive opportunity. You see, I've been in healthcare for 15 years, and healthcare is slowly shifting. People want to experience true healing. People want to get off meds. People are asking the question, why is it that I've been on medicine for diabetes all this long and it has not cured my diabetes? Why is it that I've been on medicines for high blood pressure all this long and my high blood pressure is not cured? People are wising up. And so I say you should think about this as Amazon stock before Amazon became a household name. I call this the modern day Amazon opportunity. That's what I call this. Look, let's look at what Amazon stock did. Amazon was incepted in 1997. And at the time that Amazon was incepted in 1997, shares for Amazon were going for $18. If you had invested $1,000 in 1997 in Amazon and left it there and never touched it, in today's market, that money will be over $4 million. That's what the Amazon stock did. And I call this the Amazon stock before the modern day Amazon opportunity. Why? Because of the timing. The timing cannot be any better. Let me help you guys understand this. Currently in the North America, only 0.1% of North America knows about this product or is on it. When we talk about North America, we talk about the coalition of all the countries in North America, Mexico, Canada, Dominican Republic, Colombia, Panama, what have you. Only 0.1%, 600,000 people, whereas the population of North America is 600 million. If we say that only 0.1% of North America knows about it, what that means, in other words, is that 99.9% of the market is unconquered. Listen to this, guys. 99.9% of the market in North America is up for grabs. It's unconquered. That is why I call this the modern day Amazon opportunity. The timing could not be better. And listen, it is the company's vision, it is the company's goal that they want to go from that 0.1% and they want to increase that by tenfolds by the year 2040 to 1%, taking it from 600 million people to 6 million people. But even when it gets to 1%, you're still going to have 99% of the market unconquered. The timing cannot be better. So this is a massive opportunity to capitalize now. And I want you guys to hear this. The highest earner in North America is a 36-year-old kid. He makes about $15 to $17 million a year. Let that astonish you. But if you understand the epidemic of our health issues, and if you understand that this is a solution to a problem almost everybody has, you could understand how that can translate into that kind of business opportunity. See, this 36-year-old kid who makes about $15 to $17 million a year, let me tell you something about him. In 2013, he was going to go to medical school. He took the MCAT, scored very high on his medical entrance exam. He could have gone to any medical school. Luckily for him, that year that he was getting ready to go to medical school, somebody presented him this product. And you know what? The light bulbs went off. He saw this immediately for what it is. It was a solution to a problem almost everybody has. And that's why I asked you the question at the top, at the start of this. Imagine having a solution to a problem almost everybody has. You don't have to be a doctor when you go out in the public to see that everybody is overweight. Everybody has a blood pressure issue, a cholesterol issue, and what have you. So he saw the potential for it. And he decided not to go to medical school and to build a business helping people solve their everyday medical problem. And unfortunately, our health issues are not going anywhere because of our modern day food society. Imagine having a solution to a problem almost everybody had. He ran with it. He now makes $15 to $17 million a year. You see, there is an old Chinese proverb that says this: that the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. But you and I cannot do anything about 20 years ago. 20 years ago is come and gone. I can't do anything about it. You can't do anything about it. It is what it is. It is come and gone. But that same Chinese proverb says the second best time to plant the tree is ahora, now. Our health issues are not going anywhere. 99.9% of the North American market is untapped. If you plant your own tree now, somebody will be talking about that tree in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years. You have a chance to make a decision today that puts you in a pole position to build wealth. So I invite you today to strongly consider partnering with us. I'm going to now hand it over to my friend and brother to close us, to give us closing remarks. Mr. Aday, Julius Aday, if you will, let's see where you are. I will spotlight you and have you give us some
Yeah,
closing.
Dr. Dieter.
Yeah.
Yeah, please, 3 more minutes. Okay, 3 minutes. I'm right close to where I am. Okay, just add some stuff there. I'm coming. Please, 3 minutes.
Okay. All right. So that is the opportunity that we have here today. And I strongly invite you guys to consider partnering with us. Whoever invited you here today cares about your health, and not only cares about your health, but whoever invited you here today wants you to be aware of this opportunity. Think about that number. 99.9% of North America doesn't know about this amazing, amazing opportunity to build wealth. And so this puts you in a real pole position to do just that. We're going to give Julius, are you ready now?
Yeah, Dr. Dieter, that's fine. I'll join in. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm on the road, but I'm close to where I'm heading to. But that's okay. We can start right here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are
hello.
you okay? Great.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Julius Ade here. Great presentation, Dr. Dieter. Sorry, fellas. I was rushing. My son had basketball practice. I thought I'll get to my destination before my turn will get here. But we can talk. So I'm really excited about this great opportunity. For those who know me, I'm a businessman, connaisseur Paris. I've had a business for years, but long before I was a businessman, I was a nurse. And I made good money as a nurse. Before I retired as a nurse back in 2016, I was making about $140,000. Then, of course, my business was doing extremely well, opening the stores. That became my focus, and I retired as a nurse. But that passion has always been inside of me, even after leaving nursing, because I love to take care of people. How did I come across this? It was almost by chance. Just last year alone, I went through a situation where I watched a lot of my friends, quite a number of them, they fell ill. And this opportunity, I was just wondering what was going on. 5 of them were sick of cancer, and one actually died. So I was extremely scared of what was going on. Hold on, guys. Can you hear me? Sorry, I'm transitioning here.
Yes,
Just
we could
bear
hear
with
you.
me
We could hear you
just
just fine.
one little bit.
We could hear you just fine.
Oh. Friends, go and turn on that.
Okay, I'm sorry, fellas. I finally made it to my destination. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we could.
Okay, let me make sure my speaker is on. Telling my son to turn on the light. Prince, turn off the alarm. Look at this kid. I'm sorry, guys. I am extremely sorry. I'll be with you guys. Sorry. I was supposed to be heading home, but I had to make my way to the closest location, which is my business place. Okay, I'm here, guys. So as I was saying, I'm here at Connaisseur Paris. I was heading to Bowie, but time would have cut me short. The guys, as I was mentioning, watched my friend sick last year. One died, and I was really looking for a solution, just praying to God for something. And this fell on my laps. Pretty much it fell on my laps. And this was around October of last year. I started taking the protocol. I joined the company myself on November 14, and I started consuming the protocol. The first thing I noticed was that the weight was going down, even though I was not even trying to lose weight. But I lost 26 pounds. By the first 7 weeks of being on this protocol, I lost 26 pounds. Then my A1C, I was a borderline diabetic. My A1C dropped from 5.9 as a borderline down to 4.9. That really got me going because I had seen what was going on here and I could go out now and help people. Joining this for me was more about helping others, help my friends get well, help people get off prescription medications. I did not even know that the income was that good. So this is really my first, I just completed my 3rd full month of the company, right? Because I joined on November 14. And to give people an idea, in November, my wife and I, we made $20,000. In December, we made $20,000. In January, we made 30. This February, we are going to be making somewhere about $45,000. For a month, that is very short, about $45,000. I was able to share the checks. Even some people out there, they do have the checks, right? This company is super generous when it comes to profit sharing. And in case you don't know, this company has been around for 123 years. So it's not one of those companies that will come and disappear. This is residual income for me. I'm right here at my place of business where I operate my multiple businesses. If there is a storm, my business is closed. I don't make any money. If there's another pandemic, my business will be closed, right? I'm praying that there is no pandemic coming up, right? My business will be closed. I don't make money. But you see this opportunity here with Unicity is leverage income. So I'm there sleeping in my bed. In just 3 months, here the kind of income that I'm talking about. And as a businessman, I could not miss to jump on this opportunity. So right here, we are actually offering, I tell my friends every day, even the ones who block me off because they're thinking that I'm bothering them. I say, man, I am trying to give you back your health. I'm trying to help you reclaim your health and show you how to make wealth. Because I don't care what you think you're making. As long as you're working for somebody, I will say you're broke. Because I've seen money, as a nurse, 140,000, I still felt broke. I have friends who were making 200, doctors here and there, and people who own their own businesses making 200, 300,000, who were still struggling. But this company, this opportunity here, the kind of money we're making, I don't know some people, if they've received their 1099s. I received mine, and I was quite shocked because my wife and I, we had made about, from November to December, I believe we had made about 25,000, somewhere there. But when we received our 1099, it only showed a total of $9,000. You know why? Because most of the money that is made, that you make from this company, is a bonus. They consider it a bonus. And because it's a bonus, they do not do not report that. So which means that this year, my wife and I, we are poised to make, I'm just looking at the way things are going, we are probably going to end up making about 600,000 or more this year alone. But it seems like all that the company is going to report might be 200,000, 300,000, because the rest of it is bonus. So the opportunity here, guys, this is so real. And as a businessman, I'm not missing on it. And I'm going to keep preaching it because the products are real. The products are backed by science. And the company is driven by partners. So we're going to drive this whatever direction. We heard Dr. Dieter mention about Ralph, who brought it to North America. If you're here, you might be thinking, what direction, where do you want to take this company to? The opportunity is here. For me, I have a lot of places in my mind. The company, they've already promised us that they're going to bring a location here in Maryland, which we are looking forward to. They've promised that they're going to take it to Africa, a place of our choosing. So we are looking for people who are passionate, who want to help, who want to save lives. To join us in this mission, let's go out there and save lives together. And while doing that, hey, why not build this residual income that can be retirement for you? For me, I'm doing it both ways, operating my business. And with this, regardless of your background, you can do this business. You can operate from any part of the world. I plan, I was telling my wife that next few months, my plan is I want to be traveling the world. And while I'm traveling, I'm going to be doing this business. I'm going to be making money. I'm going to be exploring other areas, other communities where we can take this business to. Because it's not just a business. We want to take people off of prescription drugs. We want to tell people that all these chronic conditions that they've been told that are irreversible, they are actually reversible. So join us on this mission. There is zero risk. 1549, is that really a risk? I opened this business right here, my business partner and I, and all our other businesses. We spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. But this, we're talking about $1,549. Is that really a risk? Where you recover the money when you sell your 9 boxes. So if I was out there wondering what I wanted to do in my life and somebody presented an opportunity like this for me, I would jump on it like yesterday. So I'm encouraging you all, whoever invited you, please reach out to them. I know some of you have been coming back and forth to this course. Please make that decision today and come and enjoy the kind of health. I feel my suits are all big on me. I had to go deep down into my closet to look for something from years ago just to put on because the weight is coming off. Yes, these products, they work. They are better than the Ozempic, the Mounjaro, and you name it. And it's not just about the weight. It's a lot more stuff like Dr. Dieter has taught us. So join us, and please, my sincere apologies for the tardiness trying to make it here tonight. I promise next week is going to be much better. Back to you, Dr. Dieter.
Thank our brother Julius. Thank you very much for that. And you have heard Julius, and I will just end by repeating what I said. The last thing I said. 99.9% of the US market is untapped. 99.9%. That is the opportunity. I invite you to consider that and to join us because our diseases aren't going no place. And you could be someone who builds a network to be able to take advantage of that 99.9% and do 2 things: help people get healthy, and at the same time help people get wealthy. This is a health meet wealth opportunity. Thank you guys very, very much for joining us. And I invite you to strongly consider this opportunity. I say this as someone in healthcare, a physician. People are wising up. Healthcare is slowly changing. This is a solution to a problem almost everybody has, with a 99.9% untapped market. Let that register with you. Please, I invite you, partner with us today. Let's begin building something massive. Thank you and good night. Whoever invited you to this call tonight, if you would like a recording of this call to share with somebody you would have wished to listen to this call, get with whoever invited you, and they're going to get you a recording of this. Thank you guys and good night.